Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, as you guys see in the title, we're going to be talking about if Modern Warfare 2 is in trouble. Now, just yesterday, they made an update, patch a website, and they talked about some problems that they are going to be fixing. What are some problems they're not fixing? And they're just addressing everything that happened in Beta 1, which I'm sure you've been seeing videos from yesterday, going in today, just people talking about it and giving their own opinions. Now, when I talk about these things, if you want to let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? Is the game in trouble? Is it not? Now, I will say at first, Infinity Ward did a great job with the game itself. It's really fun. In this gameplay in the background, you're going to see a 68 kill game with the MP5, no attachments, just kind of going crazy with it, and kind of just talking about what's going on with Modern Warfare 2 with the first week of the beta. Now, we're going to start out. It says, hello, Modern Warfare 2 players. It's been amazing to see so many people hopping on weekend 1 of the multiplayer beta on Sony platforms. And look forward to many more joining us weekend 2, which is tomorrow. If you're on Xbox and PC, if you have it preloaded, it's probably going to go live early tomorrow. So, be ready for that around 12, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So make sure they always put the beta up early, a couple hours early or so. But anyways, there's already been a fantastic amount of feedback on Reddit and social media, has a ton of stats collected on our side, in addition to the new maps, modes, and lined up for weekend 2. I don't know what maps we're getting. I don't know what game modes we're getting, so it's all going to be new. I do know that the level cap is going to go up to 30, so we'll get to try out the SCAR and other weapons, other perks, and everything like that, and score streaks, kill streaks. And it says here there's many of new things that they're going to be trying out for weekend 2 that we'll be sharing with you this week. Throughout weekend 1, we played the game and watched you play and read your feedback, and we talked to many of you guys. At a high level, leading on to weekend 2, they fixed various crashes, which if you guys didn't know, PlayStation, and you probably have heard of this, if you were playing on PlayStation, a lot of crashes happen. I only got like 2 or 3 crashes, nothing too crazy, but that was, I guess I was on my lucky end, but I do know a lot of people were getting crashes. I'm sure a lot of streamers were as well when playing. Addressed a few gameplay exploits, which there was on this map itself, there was you can get inside the map or inside the wall, and nobody was really playing this map, and I'm glad they fixed that pretty quick. They patched up on some map geo and lighting issues. I didn't really see a problem with that. I know some people were complaining, which with me, I haven't, on my Elgato, I can't, change how the coloring is on the map, the contrast, saturation, the lighting. I could just change all that. So I have my own lighting, which I didn't even see anything too crazy about that. And then the updated progression for gunsmith related bugs, which we wasn't supposed to be able to use the MP5. Someone found a glitch to unlock it, and it was actually pretty fun using. And as you guys see, it is kind of broken, so that is pretty cool. Now, we're going to be going into some things that they talked about, and a lot of people are upset, and there's a few things that I guess I could be upset, which could be a down or an up, which is the mini-map. Now, a lot of people do want the classic mini red dot, which basically what happens is when you fire on the mini-map, if you don't have a suppressor on your weapon, you show up on the mini-map, just like that. Now, it says here, currently in the Modern Warfare 2 beta, we only show enemy players with dots if there's a UAV active. The design reason is for we don't want to punish players for firing their weapons. Also, we want players to actively search out for origin of gunshot versus traveling directly to where dots are on the mini-map. We will continue to gather feedback on how the game is playing in regards of this topic. Now, personally, I do not care about the mini-map. With the games I was playing in, I have a portable radar, which is it's a cheese. It's actually really good. It acts just like an advanced UAV. If someone is pinged, you see where they're at. I mean, it works. It's really good. I like it. And then 2, it seems in my gameplays, if you guys saw, you watched them, a lot of people were getting UAV, so I didn't even know that I didn't even know the minimap thing was a thing like that. But it doesn't really bother me. I think people need to adapt, which, I do think as well, what if someone's deaf? They can't use the minimap at all for nothing unless they get a UAV. I think it does help out because there is a lot of people that play deaf. There's a lot of subscribers to me that are deaf and they play games, and I've talked to them about it, well, not really necessarily on this problem, but they have talked about how they play, what do they use, and a lot of people say that they use the mini map to help them a lot, and they don't get that anymore. So I don't. It's more they have to use their eyes. We can use our ears, but I do think that the classic mini map would be okay if they don't bring it back. It is what it is. But personally, I do think that it should be a. I think the classic mini map should be back just because it does help just people that are not good. It also helps people that have a disability if they're being deaf or they can't really hear the best. I think that does. I think it does. That does help them. And then next, we're going to be talking about target tracking. Now I'm just reading these for the first time myself, so I was busy yesterday, and I'm just talking to you how I feel about these right off rip. Now this says target tracking. It says we've seen feedback, and it's hard to track targets once you're into a gunfight. We agree that there's an issue of having changes incoming to the reduced muzzle smoke capacity and the increase of visibility of the muzzle flash to help engage someone who is firing at you. These changes should be with help with tracking your opponents in combat. Now, I do agree with this. I do like this just because when getting into those gunfights, you can hardly see. Now, again, is it because I'm on PS4 Pro? If it would be different if I was on PS5, or it could be a lot better if I'm going being on PC. So I think that is your screen goes gray and there's like a smoky feeling to it, so it is kind of tough to see when you're getting into those gunfights, and it's actually pretty difficult to see. It really is. So I'm glad that's kind of getting fixed, which is really cool. Now this one also says user interface. It says we've seen a feedback with difficulty editing your perk packages, managing loadouts, and accessing the armory, and we have identified the UX issues of some bugs. These things won't be able to adjust time in the beta weekend 2, but they are on top of mind ahead of the launch. So this is probably going to be getting fixed before the game launch, which there's only 37 days until the game launches, which is kind of crazy. We're almost under 30 days away. I can't wait. Now, we're going to the perks. Now, basically, all they're going to say, there's a lot here. They're basically going to be speeding up how those perks, you unlock them. You get 4 perks. It takes 4 minutes to unlock the other perks, and they're going to speed that up. I think that's good. I think that's cool. That's a W. And I see a lot of people complaining, but then again, as a player that's been playing for a long time, I don't think these are bad changes. I really don't. And so I'm glad that the perk system is getting speed up a little bit. And then we're going into Dead Silence. The Dead Silence, people want it as a perk, and I know it is a field upgrade. Now, when I was playing, I do know that I was getting Dead Silence pretty often. I was getting it pretty quick to even know if I was getting it so quick, it doesn't even really matter if it was a perk or not, just because of how quick I was getting it. And that's really how I'm just going to say with that. I don't really think that's a big crazy issue. Just run Dead Silence, get kills, you get it pretty quick. You just get it pretty quick. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the footsteps, which are getting fixed a little bit. They're not going to be as loud. And if you guys know, the footsteps were really loud in the game. You could hear people halfway across the map running at you if it was like an elephant charging at you or something. It was pretty loud, and you could sound tour pretty easy without no perks or anything like that. They were pretty loud. They did say that they're going to tone them down a little bit, so hopefully going into weekend 2, it is good, and I hope they're better. I hope it's not as loud, but then again, you should be able to hear them, sound tour a little bit. I think that'll be okay. And then finally, guys, we're going into sliding. Now, sliding, this is a whole conversation I could have on stream with people. They don't want people slide canceling, which I can agree to disagree on some things. I think overall, if a new game wants you to learn a new movement or a new play style, I think you should adapt to it. You shouldn't have to slide cancel, which I do agree. Slide canceling does help with a skill gap. You can slide cancel, get behind people, juke out people with a slide cancel like you can on Warzone. You see the people with the movement in Warzone. it does help with a skill gap. It makes it larger. You can juke people out easily with a slide. So they do want to kind of change that, and people found ways to get around this, not being able to slide cancel and slide cancel. So what I understand is they're going to try to make it where you cannot slide cancel, but then again, with the sliding, they're going to make it where when you're sliding, you're still more snappy, so you can still slide in a sense if you are sliding. So that is a good thing. I don't really say nothing like that is too bad, but I do understand they want people to play as a new play style and it be different, which I will say this year is all going to be about drop shotting, jump shotting, and pre-aiming. You have to pre-aim. You have to be that first person to fire, or you're going to lose a gunfight because the time to kill is that fast. And I will say that that's just how the play style is going to be this year. You're going to, with me, you're not going to be see me slide cancel. You're just going to see me really just running at people, jump shotting, and just being really aggressive, which I'm sure you guys enjoyed the videos, and I've seen in the videos you guys have been enjoying watching. The watch time is a lot higher, so I do, I want to say thank you for that, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying the content. But in my opinion, I don't think the game's in trouble. You guys can leave in the comments. Do you think the game's in trouble? I think a lot of people are just hating on it for no reason. But, I mean, again, I know how people are. OG players, they like the sliding. The sliding was fun. I won't lie. It was fun. But, again, you can adapt. A new game, if there's a new movement, if there's a new movement system, or a new, like, you need to play as a different play style, it does make people that maybe weren't good for the last couple years with the slide cancel and everything a little bit better, and that makes someone really happy that they can go around and say, just, yeah, I'm good at Call of Duty. I can actually get kills now, not people running around sliding around at me and everything like that. And then there's a couple things I want to talk about, just like kind of off topic with the game. The lobbies going away. You're just not in the same lobby over and over. I mean, I guess it's fine. I don't know. BO4 was really good at that. That was like the last game that we did not get where people are leaving lobbies, or like the whole lobby just quits after the game ends, so you have to search for a new game. It'd be cool if they didn't do that, but then again, this game is for casuals. I mean, it really is. People could argue. I mean, I could argue with anybody in the comment section right now. This game is made for casuals. The gunsmith is a little confusing, which, I mean, it was kind of confusing for me. But I am going to be telling you guys how the gunsmith works. I understand the gunsmith, and there's going to be a lot of gunsmith videos this year talking about, good class setups. There's a lot of attachments, so there's going to be different class setups, different builds, and everything for different weapons, and I just cannot wait to make content on this game. But anyways, guys, we only have 37 days left of this game. I can't wait for it. I know you guys can't either. It's a new COD. Everybody loves the new COD, so I can't wait to make content for you guys. But anyways, guys, let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about the adjustments they made going into weekend 2? We get to play it tomorrow, so I'm kind of happy about that. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one, all right? Peace.